The Institute for the Study of Global Anti-Semitism and Policy, which is ISGAP, came out with a very, very long report. It's called the National Students for Justice in Palestine, NSJP, Anti-Semitism, Anti-Americanism, Violent Extremism, and the Threat to North American Universities. This is actually one of the subsections of the broader study, right? We shared some of the study before because it talked about the amount of money coming from China, from Qatar, from Saudi Arabia, and unaccounted funds, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is it illegal for those nations to just give to our universities, there has to be disclosed. We have to understand this is happening behind the scenes. Here are some of the recommendations at the end of the study that ISGAP did about SJP. Number one, congressional hearings should be convened immediately to investigate how SJP operates, examine its links to terrorist entities such as Hamas and other key individuals, and determine whether it should be allowed to continue operating on campus. In other words, this recommendation is that Congress needs to do its job and then expose, if it's there, and it's people talk about this for years, SJPs and others links to terrorist organizations. Number two, the recommendation. Since October the 2nd, 2023, most SJP chapters have praised Hamas for its slaughter, rape, and abduction of citizens in Israel. Several SJP chapters have openly declared themselves to be part of Hamas, which has been designated as a terror organization by the United States, the United Kingdom, and numerous other countries. SJP should be designated as an organization that promotes hatred and anti-Semitism and be treated accordingly. In other words, not only are they aligned with terrorist organizations, they are declaring their loyalty to these organizations on our campus. Once again, you don't need a new anti-Semitism bill to deal with that. This is number 6, right? There's about 9 suggestions that it gives. Number 6 says the Department of Justice, meaning the FBI, should open a formal investigation into American Muslims for Palestine, which is one of the founding organizations of SJP, on the charge of potential material support for terrorism under 18 U.S. Code 2339B. The law prohibits knowingly providing material support to foreign terrorist organizations, including resources, personnel, facilities, and services. Now, for those of you who heard my thing about pawns in the chessboard, when I talk about the pros of students, I wasn't calling them that. I'm saying that's how they're being used, meaning if you have these type of student organizations, anti-Israel, that have ties to terrorist organizations, which people have known for years, or at least have alleged for years, right? And then you know that as a Israel advocate, and instead of actually going at the root of the problem, which is that your school is facilitating terrorism, you go and organize pro-Israel students. And again, I get it, right? We want them to fight for Israel. We want them to table. We want them to take people to Israel. I get all that. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Give them the facts. We want to have these different speakers. We're going to have Olga Mishway Washington come and speak to us. We're going to serve Allah, and we're going to serve, pizza. We're going to, okay, cool, whatever, right? Here's the thing. Olga speaking on your campus is not addressing the root problem that the Jew haters on the campus have ties, or at least alleged to have ties to terrorist organizations. Otherwise, see, I'm too loud again. Otherwise, what you are doing, you are complicit in the game. Why? Meaning that not only are you not dealing with the source of the problem, actual terrorist activity happening on your campus, you are only benefiting from it in that you are getting your own little army together to stand there and yell to other kids. And it's not about those kids. I say pawns on the chessboard, meaning literally these are the little foot soldiers that aren't really, it's the faculty, it's the billions of dollars coming from Qatar, it's the terrorist ties. Those are the real issues. They are not being dealt with, right? While they gaslight us about the next anti-Semitism bill. Again, let me say it again. I'm not saying that legislation is not important. Fine. I'm saying that particularly now, the post-October 7th reality, right now, where all kind of violence is happening on these campuses that are completely aligned with Hamas, declaring their loyalty to Hamas, terrorizing these students and everything, you want to talk about the language of a bill that will help you, give you better tools.